pass? He asked. The headlights would strafe the house, and the car could spook the horses. Horses, he thought. He hadn't seen any. For a moment he gazed at the skeleton of the empty corral. He was worried about prowlers. "Rope off the driveway where it meets the road, please, both places. Grimes, help her." Shephard's voice took a decided pleasure in the order to Grimes, who didn't budge. "Think your big city smarts can cut this one, Shephard?" "With people like you helping, we can't lose, Jerry." Grimes disgorged a grunt, which was immediately drowned by a phlegmy smoker's cough. Shephard offered him a cigarette, but Grimes aimed his stomach toward the road and spit. "People like me don't shoot kids," he said. Shephard absorbed the insult without comment. He looked down to the blanket and lit the cigarette, believing that smoke might keep away the germs of death, just as it keeps away plague or mosquitoes. At any rate, it was a conscience easer and better than no breakfast at all. The smoke rushed to his head and mixed with the smell of eucalyptus, which made it almost pleasurable. Beside him, the crime scene investigator unwrapped a piece of purple aromatic gum and placed it in his mouth. Grape, a Pavlik staple. He pocketed the paper neatly. "Carl, buddy. Happy August 25th, Shephard said. "Morning, Tom. Yesterday my horoscope said question marks are on the horizon. Look at all of them." Pavlik pushed back his glasses with a thin finger. He was a slight man with straight black hair and the perpetual look of someone who has just got out of bed. Only his eyes were free of the general sense of dilapidation. They studied Shephard's face, then returned to the ground in front of them. "Let's see what we can answer." Shephard pulled back the blanket and looked again at the black and blistered face, scorched, hairless, and still oozing fluid, cheeks and throat distended like a bullfrog in mid-croak. Protruding from the forehead was a blackened rock. Then he noticed the odor, localized but distinct. Burned flesh, he thought, sweet and repellent. He pulled away the blanket. The body was an obscene extension of the face. Chest a swollen quilt of blisters, stomach and genitals overrun with blebs, legs and arms an edematous outbreak. The only evidence of clothing lay in the burnt fray of material around the body perimeter and the twisted leather belt still fastened at the waist. The buckle, large and ovaloid, had sunk into the flesh. Only the bottoms of his bare feet had been spared. Shephard realized that he was scarcely breathing. He stood up, exhaled, took another drag on the cigarette. Slanting vertigo, a queasy slosh in the stomach. He watched Lydia Worth drag a pylon from the trunk of her patrol car while Grimes waited. "Shoot it, Carlos," he said. Pavlik already had the camera out. He fastened the strobe, set the meters, and began. The strobe blinked efficiently, the body seeming to shift positions between each shot. Shephard turned away and looked up at the sun, now bisected by the hill in front of it. He noted that the mockingbird was still singing happily, immune to what was revealed below. Pavlik ran through the roll of 36 almost without stopping. Shephard waved the camera away and bent back down. He worked carefully but quickly, tilting back the head, prying open the mouth and easing 2 fingers inside. Out came a wad of dry paper, green and white. Then another, and another. 6 in all, with more beyond reach in the throat. Pavlik held out a plastic bag and Shephard dropped them in, saving the last. The wad was the size of a golf ball, but much lighter. He stood up and unraveled it beneath the intent, bespectacled stare of Pavlik. Bills. 200s, 250s, 220s. $340, said Pavlik, a detail man. Shephard worked his fingers across the bills, locating in his flashlight beam the red and blue hairs, then dropped them into the bag. The crime scene investigator snapped it closed, as if the money might attempt an escape. Shephard looked down again. Mouth agape, rock protruding from the forehead like a rapacious tumor, the face defied long observation. Shephard looked instead at his watch. A mile to the west he heard waves breaking on Main Beach, or perhaps the swooshing of cars on Coast Highway. The early morning air tasted good. The man was sprawled, legs and arms out as if he had been dropped from above. Shephard followed an imaginary line from the sky to the body, his eyes at first refreshed by the slate-gray clouds, then accosted again by the ugliness on the earth in front of him. The left hand lay open and relaxed. The right was clenched tightly, even in death. Shephard coaxed open the fist as Pavlik slid a sheet of clean white paper underneath. From the still white palm tumbled a meager handful of hair, which Pavlik immediately bagged. "Nice," he said.